You know that feeling when your whole world just stops? When everything you thought was real turns out to be a lie. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Because 3 days ago, I found out my own sister, the person I trusted more than anyone, took $850,000 to convince my husband to leave me. Forever. I'm not talking about some movie plot here. This is my actual life. And honestly, I still can't believe I'm saying these words out loud. Let me back up. My name's Sarah, I'm 32, and up until last week, I thought I had it all figured out. Great husband, close family, decent job. Nothing fancy, but it was mine, you know? My sister Emma and I grew up thick as thieves. She was my maid of honor. She helped me pick out my wedding dress. She was there when I met Jake, my husband, and she told me he was the one. Turns out, she was playing a completely different game the whole time. So here's how this nightmare started. Last Tuesday, I came home early from work because I had this killer migraine. The kind where light feels like knives in your brain. I just wanted to crash on the couch with the curtains closed. But when I walked in, I heard voices coming from the kitchen. Jake's voice. And Emma's. Now, that wasn't weird by itself. Emma stopped by all the time. But something about their tone made me freeze in the hallway. They weren't talking like normal people talk. There was this tension, this urgency. And then I heard my sister say the words that would blow my entire life apart. Jake, the offer stands. $850. Cash. All you have to do is sign the papers and walk away. She never has to know about us. Us. I literally felt my knees go weak. Like, I had to grab the wall to keep from falling. My brain was screaming that I must have heard wrong, that there was some explanation, but my gut knew exactly what was happening. I stood there in that hallway for what felt like hours but was probably 30 seconds, trying to process what I just heard. $850,000. That's not pocket change. That's not some casual bribe. That's someone's endgame money. Jake's response came next, and I swear to God, I died a little inside. Emma, I don't know. This feels wrong on so many levels. She's your sister. She's my sister, Emma shot back, which means I know her better than anyone. I know she'll be fine. She's strong. She'll bounce back. But you and me, we've wasted enough time pretending. Take the money. File for divorce. We can finally be together. Together. My husband and my sister. Together. I don't remember walking into that kitchen. I don't remember opening my mouth. But suddenly I was standing in the doorway, and they both looked at me like they'd seen a ghost. Emma's face went white. Jake jumped up from his chair, so fast it fell over backward. Sarah, he started, but I held up my hand. How long? My voice didn't even sound like mine. It was cold. Flat. How long have you two been doing this behind my back? The silence that followed was deafening. Emma recovered first. And you know what she did? She smiled. Actually smiled. Like she'd been caught with her hand in the cookie jar and didn't even care. About 2 years, she said simply. Give or take. 2 years. I married Jake 4 years ago, which meant for half of my marriage, my husband had been cheating on me with my own sister. And I'd had no idea. Zero. I'd invited her to our anniversary dinners. She'd given us Christmas presents. She'd hugged me and told me how lucky I was, all while sleeping with my husband. Why? I managed to choke out. Why would you do this? Emma leaned back against the counter, crossing her arms like we were discussing the weather. Because I fell in love with him first, Sarah. Before you even met him. Remember that work conference 3 years before your wedding? The one in Chicago. I nodded slowly, my brain trying to keep up. I met Jake there. We hit it off. We talked all night. We exchanged numbers. And then you went to that same company's branch opening 2 months later and met him, and he didn't even remember me. He was so focused on you that I became invisible. So yeah, when you brought him home all excited and googly-eyed, I smiled and played the supportive sister. But inside, I was dying. This gets worse. So much worse. Stay with me. That doesn't give you the right to destroy my marriage. I was yelling now, tears streaming down my face. You could have told me. You could have walked away. Could I? Emma's voice rose too. Could I really? You had everything, Sarah. You always did. Mom and Dad's favorite. The successful career. The perfect life. And then you got him too. The one guy I actually wanted. So excuse me if I decided to take something back for myself. I looked at Jake, who was standing there like a statue, his face gray. And you? What's your excuse? I don't have one, he said quietly. Sarah, I messed up. I messed up so bad. It started as just talking. Emma would text me about you, asking how to help with surprises for your birthday, or whatever. Then it became more frequent. Then we met for coffee to plan your anniversary party. And then you started sleeping with her. He flinched but nodded. For 2 years, Jake. 2 years you looked me in the eye every single day and lied. I know. You made love to me while thinking about her. Sarah, please. Answer the question. Yes. His voice broke. Yes, I thought about her. I felt like the worst person alive, but I couldn't stop. I love you, Sarah, I do, but Emma, she understood parts of me that you didn't. She liked the same weird movies. She laughed at my stupid jokes. She made me feel seen. I actually laughed. It came out bitter and harsh. She made you feel seen. She's my sister. She knows everything about me. Of course she knew how to play you. Emma pushed off the counter. It wasn't playing, Sarah. My feelings are real. Jake's feelings are real. The only fake thing here is your marriage. It's been dead for months and you know it. My marriage was fine until you poisoned it. Was it though? Emma tilted her head. When's the last time you and Jake had an actual conversation? When's the last time you did anything together besides eat dinner in silence? I've given him something you couldn't. Passion. Excitement. A reason to come home. And here's where it gets absolutely insane. I wiped my eyes and took a deep breath. Fine. You want him. Take him. Get out. Both of you. Now. But Emma held up a finger. Not so fast. There's still the matter of the money. What money? You think I'm paying you to steal my husband? She actually laughed. No, dummy. Someone else is paying. Someone who wants you and Jake split up as badly as I want to be with him. My blood ran cold. Who? Jake's business partner. Richard. Jake's head snapped toward Emma. What? Emma, what are you talking about? Oh, come on. Emma rolled her eyes. You didn't think I was doing this out of pure love, did you? I mean, I do love you, babe, but $850,000 is $850,000. Richard approached me 6 months ago. Said he needed Jake out of the marriage to make some business deal work. Something about your prenup and shared assets blocking a major sale. He offered me the money to break you two up. I was going to do it anyway, so why not get paid? This is the moment where everything clicked into horrible focus. Richard, Jake's business partner of 10 years, the guy who'd been at our wedding, who'd been to our house for barbecues, who'd bounced our nephew on his knee. He was behind this. Jake looked like he might throw up. Richard paid you to seduce me? Seduce is such a strong word, Emma said. More like, encouraged our natural connection. Plus, once you sign the divorce papers, Richard gets control of the company's shares currently in Sarah's name from the prenup. He can sell to that big tech firm that's been circling. He makes his millions. I make mine, you get me, and everybody wins. Except me, I said flatly. I lose everything. You'll be fine, Emma said again, like it was her catchphrase. You're strong, remember? I stared at this woman, this stranger wearing my sister's face, and felt something inside me harden into steel. Get out, I said. Both of you. I want you gone in 10 minutes. And Emma, we're done. Forever. I don't have a sister anymore. For the first time, Emma's confidence wavered. Sarah, come on. We're blood. You can't just. Watch me. Get out. They left. Jake tried to apologize about 6 more times, but I wouldn't hear it. I watched them walk out my door together, and then I locked it behind them and slid down to the floor and cried until I thought my ribs would crack. But here's the thing nobody tells you about betrayal. Eventually, the tears stop and the anger starts. I spent the next 2 days doing research. I called a lawyer. A good one. Turns out, when your spouse cheats with someone who's being paid to break up your marriage, there are laws about that. Really good laws. I also called Richard. Sarah. He sounded surprised. Is everything okay? Is it true you paid my sister to seduce my husband? Silence. I'll take that as a yes, I continued. Here's what's going to happen, Richard. You're going to transfer ownership of your shares in the company to Jake. Full ownership. And then you're going to resign. Quietly. No drama. Or what? Or I go to the FBI with evidence of fraud, conspiracy, and a dozen other charges my lawyer is very excited to explain. You targeted my marriage for financial gain. That's illegal, Richard. Like, go to prison illegal. More silence. You have 48 hours, I said. Clock's ticking. I hung up. Then I called Jake. We need to talk, I said when he answered. Somewhere public. We met at a coffee shop the next morning. He looked like he hadn't slept. Good. I'm filing for divorce, I said without preamble. But not because Emma wants me to. Because I deserve better than a man who'd betray me like this. You want to know the really sad part, Jake? I would have worked through problems with you. If you'd come to me and said you were unhappy, we could have tried counseling. We could have figured it out. But you went behind my back with my own sister for 2 years. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. A choice you made over and over again. I know, he whispered. Sarah, I know. I hate myself for it. Good, I said. You should. But here's the thing. I'm not going to let Emma or Richard win. You're getting full ownership of the company. Richard's out. And you're going to sign a new agreement that gives me a fair settlement from the business. Not because of the prenup, but because it's right. Jake blinked. You're helping me? I'm helping myself, I corrected. Richard tried to destroy my marriage for money. Emma helped him. You were their pawn. And yeah, you chose to cheat, and I'll never forgive that. But I'm not letting them profit from it either. We're getting divorced. You'll own the company outright. I'll get my settlement. And those two can rot. What about Emma and me? He asked quietly. I actually laughed. You really think Emma loves you? Jake, she sold you out for cash. She admitted it to your face. She was using you to get to Richard's money and to hurt me at the same time. The second that check clears, she'll be gone. You were never the prize. You were the tool. I watched that sink in. Watched his face crumble as he realized I was right. I really screwed up, didn't I? He said. Yeah, I agreed. You really did. So here's where we are now. Richard transferred the shares yesterday. He's officially out of the company. My lawyer's drafting divorce papers that'll give me a clean break and a fair settlement. Jake's been calling Emma nonstop, but she's not answering. Apparently, once Richard backed out of the deal, her payday disappeared, and she lost interest real quick. Turns out I was right. Jake was never what she wanted. The money was. My parents found out about everything 2 days ago. My mom called Emma and screamed at her for 20 minutes straight. My dad said if Emma ever shows her face at another family event, he'll have her removed. They're both heartbroken and furious and supportive of me, which helps. But honestly, I'm still processing. Because this wasn't just about cheating. This was about my sister, the person I shared a room with growing up, the person who braided my hair before school, the person I told all my secrets to, deciding I was her enemy, deciding I didn't deserve happiness if she couldn't have it. That's the part that really breaks my heart. Not Jake. I mean, yeah, that hurts. 4 years of marriage down the drain hurts. But Jake was weak. He made selfish choices. I can understand that, even if I can't forgive it. But Emma was calculated. Cold. She looked me in the eye for 2 years and smiled while plotting my destruction. She took money to ruin my life. She didn't even need the money. Our family's comfortable. She did it because she wanted to win some imaginary competition I didn't know we were having. How do you come back from that? The answer is you don't. I'm moving forward. New apartment. New job prospects in a different city. New therapist who specializes in family betrayal. Yeah, that's apparently common enough to be a specialty. I'm also starting to realize something important. 4 years, I bent myself into shapes to make other people comfortable. I made myself smaller so Emma wouldn't feel overshadowed. I let things slide with Jake to keep the peace. I apologized when I wasn't wrong because it was easier than fighting. I'm done with that. This whole nightmare taught me that some people will take everything you give and still demand more. They'll smile while twisting the knife. They'll use your kindness as a weapon against you. And you know what? That's on them. Not me. I spent 3 days hating myself, wondering what I did wrong, what I could have done differently. But the truth is, there's nothing I could have done. Emma made her choices. Jake made his. Richard made his. I didn't make them do anything. They did that all by themselves. So yeah, my sister accepted $850,000 to convince my husband to leave me forever. She teamed up with his business partner to destroy my marriage for profit. She betrayed every bond we ever had for money she didn't even get to keep. And you know what the craziest part is? I pity her. Because she's going to spend the rest of her life knowing she sold her soul and her family for nothing. She doesn't have the money. She doesn't have Jake. She doesn't have me or our parents or anyone who ever trusted her. She has exactly what she deserves, nothing. Meanwhile, I'm rebuilding. It's slow. Some days I can barely get out of bed. Some days I'm so angry I could scream. But other days I wake up and realize I don't have to walk on eggshells anymore. I don't have to pretend everything's fine when it's not. I don't have to settle for people who treat me like I'm disposable. I get to start over. Fresh slate, new city, new chances to build a life with people who actually value me. People who won't sell me out for any amount of money. And honestly, that thought is the only thing keeping me going right now. If you're going through something similar, if someone you trusted betrayed you in ways you never saw coming, please know this. It's not your fault. You didn't cause this. You couldn't have prevented it. Some people are just broken in ways that make them break everyone around them. But you're not broken. You're hurt, yeah. You're grieving. That's normal. That's healthy. But you're not broken. You're stronger than you know. And one day, you're gonna wake up and realize that losing them was the best thing that ever happened to you. Because it made space for people who actually deserve you. That's what I'm holding on to right now. So to my sister Emma, congratulations. You got what you wanted. You ruined my marriage. You destroyed our relationship. You proved you could manipulate people for profit. I hope it was worth it. Because you're dead to me. And to everyone watching this, thanks for letting me get this off my chest. I know it's messy. I know it's raw. But sometimes you just need to tell your truth, you know? Even when it's ugly. Especially when it's ugly. Because staying silent only protects the people who hurt you. And I'm done protecting people who don't deserve it. I'm Sarah. This is my story. And I'm just getting started.